Hey guys, how's it going? I'm trying out a new Eve video idea. I go through the Eve subreddit on a daily basis, and my main reason behind that is just trying to keep up on changes in the game and to keep up on New Eden news, what's going on around in Eve. Now, if you're not familiar with the Eve subreddit, I don't even know if I'd recommend going to it. It's a bunch of whine cries, in my opinion, always bitching about something. The whole Eve's dying, you know. Same old thing that's been going on for years, but if you can skip past all that, it's a good place to get your news, in my opinion. So, in this video, we're just going to go through here, scroll through some posts, see what's going on in Eve. So right off the bat here, we see breaking, a new faction and its Stargate. Somebody's uncovered one of those new cryptic videos. Alright. This must be the Stargate here. That's a pretty neat looking Stargate. It's got those protrusions coming out of it. That's neat. Let's see what people are saying about that. Ooh, that's rough. That is rough. I can't see shit. I think that's kind of the point. Makes me think about some avatar on crack rather than a Stargate. Yeah, I could see it. The avatar is circular up front, and then it's got those protrusions coming out of it. T2 Titans confirmed. Holy shit. That would be nuts. I don't know who'd be able to afford those, but I'm sure some people could. Shipcaster tech got leaked to pirate factions. The shipcasters right now aren't in the best spot, primarily because you have to do work on the other end of them, which people don't want to do. I think they should, you should just be able to use them and not have to do work on the other side. That would be nice. 8-pointed Stargate. Holy shit, the 8 Glavians are invading. I'm surprised we haven't seen anything on Jove. I guess people have given up on the Jove space deal, but alright, let's back out of this. Let's keep looking. High-grade Nirvana hookbill pilots after killing 3-day-old Atron pilots all week. Yep. Here's got a lot of awards and accolades. Yep, really strutting their stuff. That seems about right. I still miss Rooks and Kings. Rooks and Kings were, I don't know if they were a thing when I started playing or not, but I've seen, like this guy is saying, their Eve videos were top notch. Really fantastic. They told a story. They had awesome cinematic footage. They really made some good videos. Black Flag affiliated wormhole evicted. Another deal on the Stargate. It ain't much, but it's honest work. We see here all those people redeeming their 25 plex off their 10 million alpha accounts. That's a good reason to make a bunch of alpha accounts. After this, and with my new skill farm plans, I've been sitting here mining, just cranking out the alpha accounts. Be a good time to make a whole bunch. Pearl Abyss 2023 quarter 2 earnings call. Eve Online revenue up by almost 15% since 2022 quarter 2, so over a year. Eve Online revenues up almost 15%. Pearl Abyss suffers huge losses overall. Let's see if we can't find out more info on that. Revenue is up. Black Desert Online revenue has dropped 24% over the year. Whew! I wonder what they're doing there, because I've been seeing YouTube videos of people saying Black Desert Online has been making some good changes here recently, but maybe that's why they're making the good changes. They've got a fire under their ass. Hopefully this doesn't have any negative impacts on CCP. Godly Abyssal Capital ancillary shield booster. Let's see what this guy rolled. Holy smokes. Slightly higher power grid usage, but in return, you're knocking 18 seconds off the reload time and adding an additional almost 1200 HP per rep. Buddy, you have lucked out. Activation time knocked off 3/4 of a second. Now it's down to 4.24. Wow. Yep, godly indeed. You, sir, are lucky. Lost Orca to pirates. Been a long time since playing, like 2 or 3 years, been bored at work, so I thought I'd semi-AFK Orca mine during downtimes at work. Not bad. Where were you doing it at, though? Was using an old bit. Lost the Orca. Had a pirate stronghold. Huh. Oh, okay. So he died to rats, not like pirate players. Interesting. And while we're here, this guy made a pretty good point. Always check agency window for the pirate strongholds before you start mining. Alliance tournament match, the July monthly economic report. Oh boy. A Buzzard Legion and 3 Drekavax versus the Heron. Trying to find a relic site. Can't even warp cloaked. Yikes. That's rough. Roaming. Oh, I've heard about this. This is an old rumor. Roaming drifter lancers attack if you have corpses in the cargo. This is an old one. They did do it in the past when the drifter storyline was the focus. CCP removed this interaction later to save some people from the gate camps. Interesting. Just lost everything? See what this guy has to say. I just lost 2 of my ships, my main hauler, and a Caldari destroyer. I made the mistake of doing mini combat missions in my Corax, filling my cargo hold with the rewards, and flying without a care through low and mid-sec. Okay. I mean, you can kind of tell from the post that he's new, but now he's talking about mid-sec. He must be really new. My hauler I was flying was empty, just going to pick up some stuff so I can move it to the main station in Jeddah, then was attacked out of the blue and destroyed. Time to start again. This is good to see. This is good to see. People helping out the noobs. I just want to thank everyone for the donations. I have more than enough to get back on my feet and choose a different role to play in the universe. Fantastic. Good to see. Yeah, what did he mean by mid-sec? 0.1 to 0.5, so he was flying in a mix of high sec and low sec. Yeah, here we go. Good, somebody pointed it out. Alright. Not a bad ending. He's recouped his losses thanks to the people on Reddit. Here we go. I think more people would use shipcasters if you could deposit the stuff in the shipcasters instead of the receivers. Amen. The untold story of Quaif Plus's catastrophic failure. Probably not going to be watching YouTube in these videos. Interesting. Here we go. For those who have won / are winning, what is best in life? What have you filled your time with? Does anything ever really fill the gap? I'm gonna say that's probably a no. Follow-up question, does anyone mostly win, or must one go cold turkey? I don't know. I've tried going cold turkey. It never does work. Asking for a friend, of course. This guy says, took many breaks from Eve. Always come back, even after fucking my playstyle. Even after CCP raised sub prices to an absurd level. Even after CCP stays blinded with major issues like scarcity or skill trading. Yeah. Even after all the massive downs of the game and the very few ups, I'm still here playing this game. If this is the biggest point when people ask this question. If there was an alternative, trust me, I would jump on it. Sadly, there is none, and Eve is still the best space sandbox game. I'm gonna change this and say it's the best game, but also this is very true. A lot of us have no place to go. Nothing's like Eve. Eve is a unicorn. If there was anything else like Eve, it would have to be better than Eve and we would all leave. But unfortunately, that's not the case. CCP really does not have much competition, and competition is what drives innovation. So I think that's part of our issue here. Yeah, no reason to downvote. I think that was a very fair take. Here we go. Here we go. This is me. When I'm taking a break from Eve, I'm still keeping up on the subreddit to know what's going on. For those of you who have won Eve, have you really won Eve if you're here reading this subreddit? You traded your time spent in space for sitting here reading this? Was it worth it? Oh man. This is also true here. It's not like the subreddit takes more than 10 minutes a day to skim over. That's true. It's a nice thing to do when you got a small break from work. Yeah, I think it still counts. I'd almost argue that winning Eve means you can just read about it, but actually not play. But not actually play. This is an interesting take. But I think it's fair. I mean, to me it would be hard to read about Eve and not play it, but when I do read about Eve and I'm not playing Eve, it's simply because I'm so burnt out, I wouldn't even consider going back at the time. Kind of like being an ex-smoker who can have a drink while everyone around them is smoking and not be tempted to spark up. Yep. Instead of catching crabs, I now catch fish. Fun. Fishing is fun. Reddit is the new captain's quarters. What is best in life? Let me quote a former courtmate. To crush your enemies, see them driven before you, and to hear the lamentations of their women. Yes, it is a quote from the movie called Conan the Barbarian, and yes, it is cringe. Indeed. Work, family, and burnout. Came back for 2 weeks, was reminded why I left and left again. This has happened to me a few times. Work gets busy, family gets busy, you're burnout on top of all that. Yep, take a break. It's not a bad thing to do. What mining barge to choose? Procure versus Retriever. Neither. Go Coveter. Yep. Go Coveter. More ISK an hour. Now in my case, the Retriever and the Mackinac don't look too bad because I've got so many mining alts. It is hardly AFK. I have turned mining into an active activity. Odd stuff. But they are paper thin. Won't dealing with rats be an issue with just a 2-ship fleet? Does he have a porpoise? Did he say? Yes, he does. So your porpoise is going to be your DPS. Run the Coveter. No rats and Pochvan mining anomalies. I didn't actually know that. Interesting. There are plenty of people out there hunting you, though. I just lost a porpoise yesterday in Pochvan trying to mine for the first time out there. Interesting. Alright, let's do a couple more here. Ooh. Man. New question. I just lost my ship. Again, doing low tier Abyss. Now before we go any further, the Abyss, in my opinion, is an ISK sink. you're supposed to lose your ship. That's kind of the point of why CCP implemented it, in my opinion. Is there a good and easy way to make money that's not outright boring and brain dead like mining? Whoa there, buddy. One can do with little skills and like no upfront investment, because I'm broke. Also, are there beginner-friendly ways to create something like passive income? In-game name. Okay. Guy says security missions aren't too hard, but can be boring depending on how tolerant you are for repetitive actions. Really? That's just plain Eve. Everything's repetitive. Well, most money-making methods are anyways. Exploration is pretty easy, not requiring a whole lot of skill points, but it does mean you need to do a lot of scanning, which depends if you find it boring or not. This is true, and I would recommend this to new players. Exploration is a great way to get started. Do a lot of traveling, see a lot of new sites, and you can make some good ISK while you're at it. Most of your higher level ISK earning involves a significant investment, yes, to begin with, as the better money is more difficult to earn in harder sites, requiring larger ships and or better fits. To answer you, I'd suggest faction warfare. While I'm not familiar with it personally, I've heard from many people that it can pay good, along with teaching you PvP. Pochvan salvaging is also good money once you're comfortable with the redness. I wish you the best of luck. Feel free to DM me if you have any more questions. Good on him. Yep. Faction warfare would also be a pretty good place to start, but if you're a brand new EVE player, no experience, I would go exploration before faction warfare. What ships to train for wormholes? Trig, yes. Very, very, very important. All the wormholes like the Trig Doctrines. T3C is very important. T3 Destroyers, very important. And Marauders for Crab. Yes, sir. Lashak Nestor Eos to Crab. Yep. You got some good answers. And for the last one, to the new CSMs, I am once again requesting space beards. I'll even settle for cat ears, please. Space beards, yes. Cat ears are stupid. No. Beards and cat ears are on the agenda, along with cat ears blocking goggles for the faint of heart. Alright. I was hoping that there would be a little more substance here, but okay. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know if you like this kind of video. If it does well, I'll make another one. If it doesn't, I won't. Just wanted to try it out. Have some fun here. Yeah, thanks for watching. See you next time.